So today I'll just be trying to explain one or two things for you to know that Photoshop is not really that hard. Photoshop is not that hard. It's just look kind of complicated when you look at the interface. It's not that hard. So I'm just going to do some basic designs and then introduce to you some basic tools, what you need to do, and how you can achieve designs on your own. How you can design on your own. So basically, when you launch Photoshop, this is what you're going to see. Well, this is showing my previous works, right? If you are new to Photoshop, definitely you won't be seeing this because you have no previous work on it. So first thing you need to do as a graphic designer is click on this new file, or you click on Control N, which is new file. And if you have a photographer, which I'm going to be doing that on a separate video, you need to open to drag in whatever you have, And just if you click on open right now, it's going to bring in a file, and you're going to take it to your document file and all that, where you can select whatever you want to. But as a graphic designer, you need a Canva page. So you click on Control N, or you click on New. So with this is the interface, and let's just go with this 10 by 10 inch, which is a perfect score. Depending on what you want, set your resolution and all that. Well, for the sake of this video, not to get too long, let's just continue. That's in the same settings. Click on Create, and you see your Canva page, which is this. Now, for this, if you want to fit in this Canva page into your screen very well, press on Control plus 0. Yeah, this what we have. So you need to understand that Photoshop works with layers. Everything you are creating is on layers. So now where you have a single one layer here, which is this. So you have layers. So this is first layer, which is the background. Then this guy is called the layer visibility toggle button. You can use it to turn it on and turn it off. If it's off, okay, this is the background, so it's not turning off because I've not had other layers, and just except I unlock this guy, then sorry, I already double tap earlier. So you see, I already off it. This is a transparent background now on it, so that's how it works, right? So let's now go ahead. The very important thing you need as a graphic designer basically now is the text tool. This is the text tool here. When you click on your text tool, click on this, then see this. So let's just probably type something like welcome using my capital letter. Then you mark it here. There you go. So you need to move this guy around, you need your move tool. Your move tool is the first tool here. Whenever you toggle your what's it called? Whenever you hop your mouse on it, you're gonna see it's gonna bring out the name, the move tool. So the shortcut is V. So when you click on it, you can see with this you can size it and just drag it and size depending on whatever you want, right? Another way to size is come here, this character to here. If it's not showing this your character, you can just come here, Windows, you see character. Where is the character? Character, where are you? Okay, click on it to see. Okay, the same thing as this guy. Click on it, it shows. Then you can resize it here. So probably I want to use 100. Enter. Then you will see the size going to change, right? So now that's that. Then we have this. I don't know if you are seeing this line. I don't know if this pink or this should be pink, I guess. This line is more like a guide, guiding us. This is the middle, right? That means your text is now in the middle, in the x-axis. This left to right or right to left. Now, you see the other one. I will show now. You see, right? That means it's centered on the y-axis from top to bottom. That's that. And a shortcut to that, probably if it's here, you don't want to be dragging, just click on Control A. Then you come here. This will center your, what's it called, your text or any object or subject or subject. It's going to center it on the x-axis, which is the right to left or left to right, this guy. So yeah, we want to center it on the y-axis, which is from top to bottom, this guy. It's been centered. Then you press on Ctrl D to deselect this series you are seeing here, Ctrl D, and you're back to it. You move to now color. If you want to play with your color, you see this guy. This is where you select a color, whatever you want. That depends on you. So, like I said earlier, we are working with layers. Now that we have this welcome, this is another layer, which is the text layer. You see, if I off this guy, you see you only have it. So that's how this works. And then another thing that you need basically, okay, it's shape. For a graphic design, you need to be able to create a shape. This guy is what you're going to need basically. You could see rectangular tool. When you click on it, if you right click, you will see other options, right? But I'm using this right now. So you just hold your right or your left click and drag, depending on what you want to create. So, for example, let's just create a shape for this guy. You drop it, then it will fill it with this color, which is the default color that is on. That you set your what you call your color to. We'll see it here, right? So if you want to change the color, you come here, you will see fill, you click, you select whatever color you want. Yeah, that depends on you. Remember, our text is red, so we can't use the same color. You just use something like probably black. Now that we are using black, we are not seeing our text again. This guy is on it. That's why, like I said, we work with layers. So this black layer is on top the text layer. So what we need to do is bring down this layer, bring it underneath the text layer. It can be done here. Layers. Let's see. Let me try and there's this guy. Now we see it's on top. So what to bring it down, you double click on it and drag behind it. Now you see what we have, right? So that's that about that. You can, if you want to increase the size as well, you click on it, you drag just with this one as well. That's how it works. So another thing you need is selection tool. What you select, all these, let me show you the selection that we have. We have this guy, this rectangular tool, to make you select. So when you just hold it down and you drag, probably you just want to select this place out, you drag. Now we have this shortcut called Ctrl J. It's being used to duplicate layers, to duplicate any place that has been selected. So now if you want to duplicate this part that has been selected now on this black rectangular background, click on Ctrl J. Ctrl J. You see, let me off this guy so I can see clearly. Oh no, this doesn't work well because you have to rasterize this layer because it's a rectangular. So now Ctrl J, you see now have a small cutouts. This is how this guy works, right? At the same time, we have under it we have other. You see this guy is when you want to make a round shape or something like that, you do like this. Make sure you are selecting on the layer you want to duplicate from. So Ctrl J. You see you have a round layer. So for it to see, let me just off this. See. So, but right now I really do not need to. Let me just off it on this guy. You can delete it totally if you don't need it again, but if guess you might need it again, you might just off it and just. So another thing you need again, this guy is also, it will also allow you to select. Now, you see the way the mouse is showing right now, just like a plus. It's showing this way because my caps lock is on. If I off my caps lock, you see, which is the best way to select. You see, it's showing in my mouse right now. So if you want to select with this guy, what you do is you just tap once, click once, it will stick to that place. You see, then you select another place depending on the shape you are trying to create. For example, I just want to cut out this W shape. I mean, this side of it from this L. I just want to create it. So just come like this again. Click, it will stick to that place again. You see, come again, click to stick like that, like that, like that. Depending on what you are trying to cut, then you double click. If you double click from this place, it will join up by itself. Or you bring it down and use it to touch. If you touch it, you will see this round. So let me take it away. Watch my mouse very well. When you will see what you will see this round stuff. You see this round. I take it away, so you can just click like that, or you just double click whenever you are almost there, and it's automatically. Then Ctrl J. Don't forget we are on this layer. So if you are duplicating, that means you are duplicating on this layer. If you are duplicating, if you want to duplicate on this layer, select this layer. So Ctrl J. Now we have this layer duplicated again. You can see that's how it works. Your move tool, which is this guy, for you to move things around, you click on V, or you click on here. You use my shortcut V. Sorry, that's not what I want to move. Move this guy. You see, right? That's how it works. Nothing special. Now these are our background. Let me just take this off. I delete it totally because I don't need it. So now, yeah, that's all we need. For example, if you want to fill the background with a color, there is this thing we call bucket paint. Yeah, this guy, paint bucket. Click on it. So you fill the background with the default color that has been selected here. For example, maybe I just want to fill it. Let me just select this color. You see what my mouse is doing right now, because I did not select any layer. So I must select the layer to fill. And for me to be on the server side, depending on whatever you want to do, I just create a new layer so as I will not fill any of these guys. Because if I probably fill on this guy now, you see, it's on this guy. If I off it, it's off. It's not on a new layer. So let me just Ctrl Z. I want it on a new layer so that they will be on a separate. So I will create a new layer, which is this guy here. You see, this is an empty layer. Then I can fill. So now that I fill, you could see it's now showing on top of that black, because it's now on top of the black here. You could see, right? So I can bring it down. Right? So we now separate this guy is separate, this guy is separate. That's why I created a new layer for it instead of painting over this guy. So that's how you feel, right? Now you want to change the color again, you can double click on this guy. And when you double click, you will see whatever I can do with several these options. You may not really understand what they are up to right now. We can just do color overlay. Where is color overlay? You see this color overlay? You see, you can select the color that you want and just bring it out a bit. Color that you want to overlay it. You see, it will overlay just like the name implies, but I don't need it. Another thing instead of going through that straight, you can just select the right color that you want and create a new layer again, fill. Another way of doing this again is come here. You will see it says create new layer, adjustment layer. Click on it, you will see these options. Click on solid color, then select the color that you want. Alright, for example, I want this color now. Click on OK. It's there. Don't forget this color is still there, because this is just a new layer I just created. So this color is still there. You have it. You have it. If you have this, you have it. So depending on what you want. If I take this one below this guy, it's going to be underneath. So the arrangement matters. Now that's that. About that. Crop to. I don't want to touch crop to. You don't know how crop to works, right? This guy is being used basically to select. It's called a quick selection tool, so you can use it to select something that you want very, very fast. It works perfectly. Let me see. Now I want to repeat this process. I want to drag in an object. You want to drag in an object, probably a PNG file or something. Just do like open the file that you want to drag your stuff from. When you open the file, you go to wherever you want it. Let me just this. I don't know. I don't even know what I want to drag in right now. But I'm dragging this guy. Dragging this guy. You see, you hold your left click and you drag it inside like this. Then you see the reason why it's not showing. Why? Because it's under this layer, right? Why? You can just click, you mark it if you accepted it. Then you click on your move tool. Then you can drag it on top of it. Now you see how you are seeing it. Depending on wherever you want it. It's still underneath this background, so you can just drag it to the top. That depends on wherever you need it. So you should work properly with what's it called? Whatever you are arranging. You arrange it so well. So this is where I'm going to teach you how to remove background. If you want to remove background, what you just can do it in two ways. This guy, selection tool, which is what I want to explain initially. Click on it. It helps you to select something that is having the same texture or having the same color. It will select it for you. Let me just do this so you can see what I'm saying. You want to increase the size of this guy. You want to increase that. What's going to do is your curly bracket on your keyboard, which is this open bracket and close bracket, but the curly one, that's the normal one. You tap on it, you see the difference. When you click on the close bracket, it increases, open bracket, it reduces, right? So now when you click on this guy, it's going to select this yellow guy alone. You see, it's a quick selection tool. It selects for you very quickly. To select, you click on your right click and you come here and select, or you click on Ctrl D. Now you want to select this red guy. You see, Ctrl D to deselect. So now what I want to do now is select this background and remove. You see, very well. I can just click on delete and that's all, and the background is gone. I need to restore this layer. It's not it. So delete and that's all. But I don't like doing it this way. Ctrl Z. The best way I love to do this, I love to what's it called? I duplicate majorly. So the another first way is come to select and click on subject. You will see it will perform the magic for you. You select this guy itself, which is the main subject, this guy, and then leave out the background. Or if your background is not, if your background is a bit blending in with the object, it might not select it properly. You see now. So instead of me, now if I click on delete now, delete the guy, rasterize, delete the guy. You see. But if I want to delete without deleting the guy, I can just click on. No, it's selecting the guy alone. That's why it's deleting the guy. But if I want to switch this selection to the background, I can just click on your right click, select inverse. You are inversely selecting now. So you can see it here. You can see it's now outside. So when you click on delete, you are deleting outside. But regardless, I still don't love doing my things this way. Rather, I will try and duplicate, which is Ctrl J. So when I click on Ctrl J, let me take my move tool again. Ctrl J, you see, I already have it here selected. So I'll just up this guy or delete totally, depending on how you love to do it. It's now your choice, right? So So now, what I want to do now, you will see, well, I guess the background is kind of okay. Though don't forget if you're not doing something perfect, it's just for practice. But you can choose to select, change the background to this same color, the color of this guy, this clothes. So it's your choice. Now let's go on. You see, but it's not something really hard. Photoshop it's not that hard. Trying to see. Okay, let's move on with this first. It's in the center now. So if you want to duplicate this guy, you see the same command, Command J, Control J. It's going to duplicate it. You see welcome copy. Now bring it down. And just write, let me just come back to your text to edit it. Control A to highlight all, then let me just use welcome to class. Right, that's all. We are done. Then your V, which is your move to again, don't forget that. And you can change the size depending on whatever you want. Sorry, drag. Right, that's how it works. Nothing fancy than that. But I want to change this font. So let me see. When you want to change the font, don't forget I already showed you that you come to this character too. You can change the color, you can change anything. Let me change the color to black. If I want to change the font, this is it here. Let me see if it's popping. Anyway, it works, it doesn't go, I don't know. I just want to change for it to see. Now I'm going to popping. See. Yeah, you want to change it to bold, you come here, bold, regular, time, you see it here. So depending on the kind of font you're using, it's not every font that has bold, everything, but this guy is having it, so I'm using bold. Now, what we have. So I'm not sure this guy is centered yet. If I want to center this guy, I can just drag to see. Okay, now it's centered. Or you use shortcut I told you the other time from here and here. Okay. I guess now we are good to go. Nothing fancy. If you want to reduce the size, probably to fit this square, you can just reduce the size, nothing more. You can see now we have something like this. Welcome to class. Nothing fancy with Photoshop. Photoshop is as easy as anything. You know, if you want to drag, probably what we want to drag down. You don't want to leave the aligned stuff coming. What you need to do is whenever you are trying to drag, click on it, then you click on your shift, and you drag down. No matter, you see the way my mouse is moving, but regardless, it's still in alignment as it was before. You see, so it's just going to move up and down along when you're clicking your shift. If I drop my shift, you see, right? You see, that's how it works. Okay, so nothing more, like I said, nothing fancy. I feel like I'm done. I don't know what else. So Photoshop is not really that hard. Now probably I want to bring in a logo, something like that. I'm going to change this guy to white. I'm using red because I'm seeing this color red. Well, I'm not loving I'm not loving what I'm seeing. Let me see what white is going to give me. Oops, the color is rioting actually. Why don't I just leave it that way? So, for example, you can put in your logo. Not even should you have anything that looks like logo here. Okay, let me just put this guy. But I'm not removing the background, so just take it that way. I said I'm not doing anything perfect, just to understand what Photoshop looks like. So for example, this is your logo. Besides it's the way you want it to be, and you're good to go. The only thing you can do now, probably want to add a texture, you want to do that in texture of the background. If you have already added texture, you can just, let me see if I have anything that looks, this is not a white background, so this might not really work so well. Okay, let me just use this guy. So you drag it to make sure it fits in, enter. Don't forget it's on top, that's why. So you bring it down. Bring it down. I don't want to give you the shortcut before, but then just give it to you. That's the essence of this video. I want to, instead of you dragging down, trying to see, right? You just press control, then your minus key. Oh, sorry. Your this same curly bracket that you are using to increase the size of your brush the other time is what you are going to use. But you are going to press down your control this time around. So control plus the open bracket, it brings it down. If you press the other way around, it takes it up, right? That is that. Now you see. I want it on top this layer though. So there we have. So in case you want to probably reduce the opacity, if you feel like it's too much, come here, opacity, drag it down. Click on it and drag. Don't just drag. See. We have. Then we have something that I call let me increase back the opacity so I can show you this thing called blending mode. Blending mode will change the way you think when it comes to design. This is a blending mode. See this guy called, see this place that it says normal. Click on it to see all this blending mode. You see overlay. You could just see the magic right now. Let me see what color we do. Color is not giving us something. So we see, let's check out screen. See what you're having. So do it, just play around it until you're fine, depending on what you want. I guess overlay is okay. Overlay is too sharp. Let me use soft light. Then you're good to go. I want to add a stroke to this guy. Stroke is, you see now, come to this effects, stroke. You select the color of the stroke that you want. Probably I want white. It's even on white already, right? So you see what I mean by stroke. And then you can increase the size here. Increase the size of the stroke. All this thing, before I learned, it took me like 3 to 4 years because nobody actually teach me Photoshop. I mean, when it comes to graphics, I only learned Photoshop for photo editing, and that's all. So that's that. Nothing fancy, not too much. So I'm not going further. It depends on whatever you want to design. I'm going to use this same. Should I use this design for my thumbnail? I'm just going to change the size, or I don't know. Let me see what's going to happen. I'm just going to do this. You see the thumbnail yourself. All right, so that's how it goes. I'm stopping the class here for now. I'm going to do another one for photo editor. It's for graphic design. With this basic explanation, I'm very sure you should be able to do magic with Photoshop when it comes to graphics. Nothing more. One more thing. It's important as well. Gradient 2. Should I explain? Let me try. This is a gradient 2. Your gradient 2. Where is even the guy? You know, where's my gradient 2? Where's my gradient 2? Okay. Don't forget the other time you use the paint bucket to paint the background, which is why we have this background. Let me talk with these guys off. Don't forget we use the paint background to fit this guy the other time. So this now underneath, when you click on when you right click, you will see these guys. Gradient 2. Gradient 2 is still showing this sign because you're not selecting any layer. So probably I'm selecting the layer. It's still showing this because the layer is off. Now you can see. Then it's still showing this plus sign with the on your mouse because the caps lock is on. It's off. The caps lock is okay. Yeah, the caps lock is off now. But it doesn't really need necessary with this guy actually, the gradient 2, right? So instead of you like I did on the paint to the other time, instead of you using your gradient 2 on a file, on a particular subject, on a particular layer, just create your own new layer, depending on whatever you want to achieve, actually. You might want to use that same gradient 2 on this guy. So if you want to use on this guy, you might need to just select this guy, his layer, right? But just for the explanation, I'm selecting this new layer, and then you hold it down and drag, depending on where you are. You see my mouse, right? Depending on what you want to achieve. I drop it. You are not seeing it because the color is this same color. This is this background color. So let me off the background color so I can see what I did. You see, this is what the gradient. Let me draw on that one so I can see. Probably I'm drawing from this top. you hold it down, you drag it to the point at which you want it. You see, that's how the gradient tool works. So probably I'm having it on. You see here, right? Normally it shouldn't appear on because it's underneath this guy, this layer. So it's not supposed to even appear on top at all. This guy is supposed to like it's not supposed to be showing at all. But why is it's showing? Because we already changed the blending mode from normal. Let me select it. You see, we've changed the blending mode from normal to soft light. If the blending mode is on normal, you won't see anything, right? Because it's underneath, so you're not supposed to see anything except you bring it on top. You see, all right? That's all. Nothing more. Not much. Now you're not seeing this guy again because this blending mode is on normal. If I change the blending mode back to soft light, you see, right? The light works. Can always say nothing fancy. Photoshop is not that hard. Alright, this, let me see something. I just don't like this color. Let me see if I can. I feel like I'm supposed to use white. I don't know why. Let me change this color to this yellow. Okay, this is a shape. So come back to your shape. Double click. Click on this field. Wait. I'm on black, right? What am I doing? This is right. Okay. Yeah. It's a shape, but it's not working again because I already rasterized the layer. Yeah, I see what happened there. So let me just use this effect, which is the overlay, color overlay. And I'm going to try and use I will try this color. I didn't explain this color dropper. Did I even explain this color, this eyedropper too for you? This is how it works though. Yeah, I guess I explained already. So that is how it works. So this guy, I'm changing it to white again and see if it's going to give me what I want. If it doesn't matter right now. White. Okay, but I don't want it. So that's all about today's class. Nothing more, nothing much, nothing fancy. Enjoy your day. Thank you for sticking to the end. Peace out.